this is Dr. JVN Dr. Anand Pimpre, and today we are going to learn the topic of Navjat Shishu Paricharya. So what is Navjat Shishu Paricharya? Is the care of the newborn at the birth. So this is very important topic. So let's learn this. So there are basic three terms present in Ayurveda. Jatamatra Paricharya, Sadyojat Paricharya and Navjat Paricharya. All means same, where we have to take care of the newborn with certain procedures. So in Charak Sharira, it is given that Tasya astu khalva paraya prapatanarte karmani kriyavanam jatamatrasya kumaresya karyanyatani karmani bhavanti तद्यथा अश्मनो संघटन कर्णयो मूले शीत उदक उष्ण उदकेन वा मुख परिषेक तथा स क्लेश विहतान प्राणानां पुनर्लभेत कृष्ण कपालिका शूर्पेण चैन अभिनिष्पुणी युद्ध चेष्टः स्याद् यावत् प्राणानां प्रत्यागमनम् तत् प्रत्यागत प्राणं प्रकृतिभूतम् अभिसमीक्षं स्नानोदक ग्रहणाम् अभ्य उपदायते. So this means immediately after the birth of the child, if the child is not breathing properly or seems to be losing the life, then there are the certain procedures which we can follow. So first one is the Ashmano Sangatanena. So where we have to make the noise make the noise with the two stones by hitting on each other at the root of the newborn baby's ears. So by that, baby will have the auditory stimulation, which will lead to the response, auditory reflex, and respond from the child. So next step is the sprinkling of the cold water or hot water on the face, by which baby will get tactile stimulation and baby will revive from the dead. Or the next step are the Krishna Kapalika Shurpena, use of the Krishna Kapalika, which is the fanning procedure by which the newborn will get more air, concentrated air. And the next procedure is, after all these things, if there is a relief of the prana, that is prana pratyagamana, if the baby is coming back from the dead and baby is breathing properly and having normal movements and no cyanosis, then we can go for the snana, so that is the bath, newborn bath, and then we can keep one earthen pot filled with the water at the base of the baby and mother's bed. Next step are in the prana pratyagamana, talu, kantha and oshta jiva pramarjana. That means with the help of the little finger and the cotton wrapped on the little finger, we should clean the talu, oshta, kantha and jiva of the newborn where secretions are present. And then we have to do is keep the shiropichu. Shiropichu is the cotton pad dipped in the oil, which is Vatar oil basically, and it has to be kept over the anterior fontanella of the newborn, which will lead to the help in reducing the Vata, which has become prakopa during the time of the delivery. And with the help of next step is using the Sendava mixed sarpi, that is grita, to remove the vernix caseosa to clean the baby. So this is little debatable topic where Ayurveda tells that to remove the vernix caseosa, but in the modern science it has been advised against. So as we can see at the picture, this is a modern CPR procedure where someone is doing the prana pratyagamana. So these are the procedures I explained before. So by Ashmano Sangatana Karmana, sound production happens and it leads to the auditory stimulation, and which leads to the stimulation of respiratory centers in the brain and secretion of epinephrine, leading to the increase in the pulse, heart rate, and it leads to the stimulation of the heart. What does the Shita and Ushna Udaka Mukha Parisheka does? So it relieves the baby from the stress of the delivery. And the Shita Udaka has to be used in the Ushna Kala and Ushna Udaka in the Shita Kala. These are the pictorial representation of the Mukha Parisheka. Next, by fanning procedure, this has been explained previously. and next is the mantra ucharana. So next step has been explained as the mantra ucharana in the ear of the baby. The mantra is as follows: you have been born from every part of the body and Hridaya. You are myself in the form of a child, and may you live for 100 years. May you attain long life. Let the stars and the four direction, night and days, protect you. So these are for the goodwill of the baby, newborn baby. And so when we have seen the Ulba Shodhana, so what logical explanation we can think about is, it is to remove the wet amniotic fluid which is present adherent to the body of the newborn because of the ulba, that is vernix caseosa. So to maintain the temperature, baby's wetness has to be removed, baby has to be dried. So maybe acharyas have been advised to remove the ulba in that context. Next, talu ushta kanta jiva parmiarjana. So by this what we can do is, by cleaning the mouth and airway, so what happens is we are establishing the airway, which emphasizes on the importance given on the asepsis. Coming to the next. So next step is Sandow Sarpi has to be put on the index finger, and it should be rolled inside the mouth, oral cavity. So what it does is it cleans the airway, and it also what it does is it's a pictorial representation of the Jiva Talu Oshtakanta and Shodhana. Next is, when because of the Sandhava and Sarpi, the child which is ingested inside the child's body, baby's stomach, it will induce the vomiting, and which will take out all the amniotic fluid gulped by the baby. The baby, whichever amniotic fluid has been drank, it will be coming out with the vomiting. So in that way, on that time, we have to keep the baby in the lateral position. So what happens with the Shiropichu? It protects the anterior fontanella and prevents the temperature loss, because oil is the heat insulator. Coming to the next, see, these are the pictures where we have done the Shiropichu. So next is the umbilical cord cutting. So Navi Nala Kartana. The cutting of the umbilical cord should be done with the sharp silver or gold or any other metal at the distance of 4 to 8 angulas, and it should be tied before with the silk thread and then applied with the kushta taila after cutting the umbilical cord. And that cord has to be tied with the help of a thread around the neck of the baby. So this is the pictorial representation of the umbilical cord clamp and cutting. Next, this is the pictorial representation of the tying of the umbilical cord around the neck of the baby with the help of the thread. This is the classical way. Next, what is the Jata Karma Samskara? So next is the Jata Karma Samskara. So in this Samskara, first there are 3 steps. The first step is making the baby lick the mixture of honey and ghee. Second step is feeding the baby from the right breast immediately after the licking of the honey and ghee. And third step is keeping a mud pot filled with the water at the head end of the baby, and the water has to be cold water in the summer and hot water in the winter. So this is the Jata Karma Samskara. And then after that we have to do the Abhyanga of the baby with Balataila, followed by Snana. So this is the classical way of Abhyanga, and then followed by Snana. And Snana has to be used by the Kshiri Vuksha Kashaya, has to be used in the Snana water. So this is the pictorial representation of water, how the Snana is given in the hospital. So coming to the modern aspect of the newborn care, routine care is advised. So where temperature regulation is the most important aspect, where we have to keep the baby warm under the radiant warmer initially. Next, after that we have to swaddle the baby so baby remains warm. Next is the cord and eye care. After cutting the umbilical cord, the umbilical stump, it has to be kept sterile, and eyes are prone to infection, so eyes has to be kept in sterile condition also. Feeding and burping. So every time, like after 2 to 3 hours, after 2 to 3 hours we have to feed the baby, and after each and every feed baby has to be undergone the burping. And next step is injection of vitamin K, which has to be given at birth, 0.1 ml IM, so it can prevent the hemorrhagic disorders of the birth. And vaccinations, at birth vaccinations, hepatitis B, OPV and BCG has to be given at birth only. And we have to explain the danger signs to the mother and sister, and to look for the danger signs during the hospital stay. And in the thermal care, what we can see is the basic concepts are, so basal metabolism constantly produces heat, so newborns thermoregulation is poorly developed. So they don't have basal metabolism in the ready process. So that's why, and again heat loss is the main detrimental factor, and essentially a balance between thermogenesis and thermolysis. So basic foundation on which the neonatal care is based. And what we can see is the brown fat. So brown fat is not that much ready how much the adult has, so that's why baby cannot prevent the heat loss. So they have to use the brown fat to fight the cold, but brown fat is not much present, so that's why we have to keep the baby warm. So in the picture we can see the mechanism of the heat loss, how the heat loss is lost from the baby's body by the radiation, convection, evaporation and conduction. So what are the measures we have to take in the delivery room? For thermulation, we have to keep the baby's room draft free, pre-warm linen has to be ready, heat source has to be kept ready, room temperature should be between 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. We have to remove the wet linen, and we have to dry the baby thoroughly and wrap in the dry clothes, and we have to promote the skin to skin contact with the mother. And in the PNC ward, how we can keep the thermoregulation? We have to assume the warmth of the room, we have to cover the head of the baby with cap, promote rooming in with the mother, we have to avoid the baby bath in the hospital which is quite cold, and we should not remove the vernix gaseosa which helps in the thermo insulation, and we have to start the exclusive breastfeeding as early as possible. So this is the picture of kangaroo mother care, where it helps in the maintaining of temperature, and it facilitates easily breastfeeding and increases the duration of the breastfeeding, and it improves the mother-baby bonding also. So there are 10 commandments of these are the 10 commandments of the warm chain which has to be maintained at every hospital. So it is interesting to note the majority of the recommendations of newborn care are relevant today when we compare Ayurveda's methods with the modern also, and some of the steps need some more clear understanding like the Ulba Parimarjana. But some of the steps have TABC for the resuscitation with spiritual touch, which are explained in the Ayurveda. Thank you.